Welcome to today's video, where we dive deep into one of the most powerful principles of success. Embrace the responsibility. In a world where it's easy to point fingers and look for excuses, the truly successful understand that their destiny is in their own hands. Responsibility is not something to be feared or avoided. It's an opportunity to take control of your life, your actions, and your future. In this video, we'll explore how embracing responsibility is the key to personal growth, leadership, and ultimately, lasting success. So if you're ready to unlock your potential and take full ownership of your journey, stay tuned. Let's get started. In the world of high-caliber individuals, success is rarely a solitary achievement. While ambition, intelligence, and drive are essential, there is a deeper, often unspoken force that propels the world's elite to greatness: the power of brotherhood. In these circles, brotherhood isn't just about friendship or shared interests. It's a strategic, foundational aspect of personal and professional growth. The men at the top understand that true power comes from those who elevate you, challenge you, and hold you accountable. In a world where many are consumed by individual pursuits, the elite know that their strength is found not just in their personal skill set, but in the network they build and the relationships they forge. Brotherhood, in this context, is not about superficial connections, but about aligning with individuals who share a commitment to excellence, discipline, and success. The power of brotherhood goes beyond simple camaraderie. It's a partnership built on mutual respect, a shared vision, and the understanding that the collective strength of the group surpasses individual achievements. One of the key aspects of brotherhood in the elite world is the sense of accountability. When you surround yourself with people who are just as driven, disciplined, and focused as you are, you create a system of checks and balances. A high-caliber brotherhood demands accountability on all levels. If you falter or stray from your path, the men in your circle are there to correct you, to keep you focused, and to remind you of your potential. This level of accountability is what keeps the elite at the top. It forces them to confront their weaknesses, remain humble, and stay committed to their goals. Without this accountability, mediocrity can creep in, and success becomes more difficult to maintain. But accountability isn't just about discipline, it's also about support. The world's elite know that, no matter how successful they become, there will always be challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt. It is in these moments that the true value of brotherhood becomes apparent. A high-caliber brotherhood provides a foundation of unwavering support, helping individuals to navigate difficulties with strength and confidence. The members of this brotherhood understand each other's struggles and are always there to lend an ear, share advice, or even provide financial backing when necessary. This level of mutual support creates a sense of security, allowing individuals to take bold risks and push boundaries because they know their brothers will be there to catch them if they fall. Moreover, brotherhood in elite circles is about shared vision and collective ambition. The men at the top understand that while individual success is important, collective success is far more powerful. They align themselves with others who have similar aspirations, values, and drive. When people come together with a shared sense of purpose, the possibilities for growth and achievement are limitless. Success becomes not just an individual endeavor, but a team effort. The greatest leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries in the world understand that it's not just about their own journey. It's about the collective progress of their group. Brotherhood allows them to harness the power of collaboration, pooling resources, knowledge, and effort to achieve what would be impossible alone. Another critical aspect of brotherhood in the elite world is the idea of challenging each other. The most successful individuals don't want to be surrounded by yes men or people who simply agree with everything they say. Instead, they seek individuals who will challenge their thinking, push them out of their comfort zones, and hold them to a higher standard. This type of intellectual and emotional challenge is vital for personal and professional growth. When you are constantly tested by those around you, you are forced to elevate your own standards. You're never allowed to get complacent or settle for mediocrity. In a high-caliber brotherhood, growth is not optional, it's mandatory. This principle is often misunderstood by those who view brotherhood as simply a group of people who support each other unconditionally. While support is crucial, it's equally important to be surrounded by individuals who won't let you settle for less than your best. The best brothers are those who will call you out on your weaknesses, question your decisions, and challenge you to do more, be more, and achieve more. Ultimately, the power of brotherhood in the elite world is about creating a system of checks, balances, and support that propels everyone forward. It's a partnership of like-minded individuals who hold each other accountable, offer support in times of need, challenge each other to be better, and work together toward a common goal. In this environment, everyone rises because they understand that success is not just an individual pursuit, but a shared journey. The elite know that alone they can go far, but together they can achieve greatness. In the elite world, loyalty is not just a virtue. It is the backbone of every successful partnership, alliance, and relationship. Loyalty within the highest circles is an unspoken rule that holds immense power. It is unwavering, constant, and non-negotiable. The men who operate at the highest level of achievement know that loyalty isn't just about personal attachment or affection. It's about an unwavering commitment to a shared vision, a code, and a bond that cannot be broken. Without loyalty, everything falls apart. Loyalty among high-caliber individuals goes beyond superficial friendships and temporary alliances. It is about an intrinsic understanding that, no matter the obstacles, the people in your circle will have your back and you will have theirs. It is built on trust that is earned through consistent actions, through showing up when it matters, and through making sacrifices for the greater good of the group. This form of loyalty is not one that is given lightly. It is cultivated over time, forged in the fires of challenges and shared struggles. In this world, loyalty is not a choice based on convenience. It is a commitment that transcends temporary gains and personal discomforts. True loyalty, in the context of elite brotherhoods, requires a level of sacrifice that many are unwilling to make. It means putting the collective good above individual desires. When you pledge loyalty to a brotherhood, you understand that there will be moments when personal interests must be set aside for the benefit of the group. In moments of adversity, loyalty demands that you rise above your own challenges to support those you are bonded to. Loyalty requires the courage to stand firm, even when it would be easier to walk away. It means showing up, even when the outcome is uncertain, because you know your commitment to the group is what keeps it strong. However, loyalty isn't just about being there for others in times of need. It is equally about the loyalty that others show to you. In high-caliber circles, loyalty means that no matter the situation, no matter the personal cost, those in your circle will defend your name, reputation, and decisions. In a world where trust is often scarce, loyalty is a rare commodity. It's what allows these elite individuals to achieve monumental success together. When you know your brothers are loyal, you can take bigger risks, pursue bolder dreams, and step outside your comfort zone with the confidence that you will not be left behind. There is also an unspoken understanding that loyalty is reciprocal. True loyalty doesn't exist when one party gives everything and receives nothing in return. It is a mutual bond where each individual knows that their loyalty will be respected and returned in kind. This mutual loyalty ensures that there are no hidden agendas, no backstabbing, and no betrayals. Without loyalty, a group becomes fragmented, and the strength of its unity disintegrates. The elite know this intimately. When loyalty is present, there is a sense of security and stability that allows each member to push themselves to their highest potential, knowing that the integrity of the group is intact. Loyalty also manifests itself in the willingness to tell the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. In a world where many people will tell you what you want to hear to avoid conflict, loyalty means having the courage to speak the hard truth, even at the risk of personal discomfort. Brothers who are truly loyal will not hesitate to call out each other's flaws or mistakes because they know it is for the betterment of the individual and the group. This level of honesty, often brutal, may sting in the moment, but it strengthens the bond because it's rooted in a desire to see each other grow and succeed. Loyalty isn't blind. True loyalty challenges, refines, and pushes each individual to become their best self. In the elite world, Loyalty also extends beyond just personal relationships. It encompasses professional commitments and obligations as well. When you align yourself with high-caliber individuals, you understand that loyalty is crucial to success in the business world. The trust and loyalty you share with your partners or collaborators become the foundation upon which business empires are built. Whether it's making tough decisions together, navigating complex challenges, or sharing financial risks, loyalty ensures that everyone remains invested in the success of the collective. It creates a bond that is not easily shaken by market forces, competition, or external pressures. This level of loyalty is rare in a world where people often pursue personal gain at the expense of others. But within elite circles, loyalty is a guiding principle, a code that binds individuals together. Without loyalty, there is no unity, and without unity, there can be no lasting success. It is loyalty that allows men at the top to rise higher together, weather the storms of life, and face any challenge head-on with the confidence that they are not alone. In the world of high-caliber individuals, one principle remains constant above all else: never stop evolving. The most successful people in the world understand that the journey to greatness is not a destination, but a continuous process of growth and transformation. This mindset of perpetual evolution is what sets the elite apart from the average person. While many are content with achieving a certain level of success and then coasting, those at the highest echelons know that true success is about constant reinvention and unrelenting self-improvement. The idea of never stopping in your evolution means you are never satisfied with who you are or what you've accomplished. The greatest minds and achievers in any field don't rest on their laurels. They are always looking for ways to improve. They understand that there is always more to learn, more to refine, and more to become. This kind of mindset requires an openness to feedback and criticism, a deep sense of self-awareness, and the humility to acknowledge that no matter how far you've come, there is always room for growth. The belief that you have reached your peak is an illusion. There is no peak in the pursuit of greatness. For high-caliber individuals, growth isn't just about expanding their financial portfolios or increasing their influence. It's about a holistic approach to development that includes physical health, mental strength, emotional resilience, and intellectual capacity. Every area of their life is treated as a domain for constant evolution. Physically, they push their bodies to new limits, recognizing that a strong body is the foundation for a strong mind. Exercise, nutrition, and rest become a part of their daily regimen as they understand that a high-functioning body supports a high-functioning mind. Mentally, the top achievers constantly challenge their thinking. They read voraciously, consume information from a wide array of disciplines, and engage in deep intellectual discussions that force them to confront their beliefs, assumptions, and limitations. This mental evolution involves seeking out discomfort, understanding that true growth happens when you step outside of your comfort zone. They don't just accept knowledge, they critically evaluate it, synthesize it, and apply it in ways that lead to innovative breakthroughs. Emotional growth is equally essential for those who never stop evolving. Emotional intelligence, the ability to understand, manage, and leverage emotions, both your own and others, is a crucial part of personal and professional success. High-caliber individuals know that emotional maturity is key to handling life's challenges with grace, to building strong relationships, and to leading others effectively. Emotional resilience is a cornerstone of their growth. They understand that life is unpredictable, and while they cannot control external circumstances, they can control how they react to them. This emotional evolution allows them to adapt to adversity, stay focused under pressure, and maintain clarity when the world around them may seem chaotic. One of the most powerful drivers of evolution in elite circles is the drive to push beyond conventional limits. The successful individuals who lead the way are rarely content with the status quo. They see limitations not as barriers, but as challenges to overcome. This mindset of relentless improvement drives them to take risks, make bold decisions, and continuously reimagine what's possible. The idea of settling for good enough doesn't exist in their vocabulary. Each day presents an opportunity to refine, recalibrate, and elevate their standards. They surround themselves with others who have the same drive to evolve, knowing that the best way to grow is by being in the company of people who challenge you to rise higher. Moreover, high-caliber individuals recognize that evolution isn't just an individual pursuit, but a collective one. In elite brotherhoods, there is a mutual understanding that growth and success are interconnected. Each person's evolution feeds into the group's success. When one person grows, everyone grows. This shared commitment to constant improvement creates an environment where excellence is the norm, not the exception. It is this shared pursuit of greatness that fosters camaraderie and loyalty within these circles. Everyone is constantly raising the bar, not just for themselves, but for those around them. The willingness to evolve also involves embracing failure as a part of the growth process. Failure isn't feared, it's welcomed as a necessary part of the journey. The elite understand that mistakes and setbacks are opportunities to learn, refine, and adapt. Each failure is a lesson, and every challenge is a stepping stone to greater success. They do not see failure as a reflection of their abilities, but rather as feedback on how to improve. This ability to learn from failure and keep moving forward is what separates the elite from those who give up at the first sign of difficulty. In the world of high-caliber individuals, the constant pursuit of evolution is not a passive or accidental process. It is an active choice, a decision to commit to growth, no matter the circumstances. The commitment to never stop evolving is what keeps them at the top, allows them to dominate in their fields, and ensures that their success is not fleeting, but enduring. This relentless drive for improvement is the secret to lasting excellence, and it is what makes the world's elite truly unstoppable. In the world of high-caliber individuals, there is an unspoken rule that governs every decision, every action, and every interaction, live by a code. This code is not simply a set of personal preferences or morals. It is a guiding philosophy that shapes the very core of who they are and how they move through the world. It is a standard of excellence and integrity that every high achiever lives by, and it serves as the foundation upon which their success is built. A code of conduct provides clarity, direction, and purpose, enabling individuals to navigate life with confidence and consistency. At its core, living by a code means aligning every aspect of your life with a set of principles that reflect your highest ideals. These principles are not negotiable, they are non-compromising. A person who lives by a code is unwavering in their commitment to those values, regardless of the external pressures or temptations they may face. This code becomes the backbone of their actions, ensuring that they make decisions with purpose, integrity, and long-term vision. It is what allows them to stay grounded and focused, even when the world around them is chaotic or unpredictable. One of the foundational elements of living by a code is the commitment to honor and integrity. For those who operate at the highest levels, their word is their bond. They do not make promises they cannot keep, and they do not break their word once it is given. Integrity is not something they turn on and off based on convenience. It is a way of being that permeates every action they take. They understand that their reputation is their most valuable asset, and that honor is the cornerstone of lasting success. When you operate with integrity, you build trust, and trust is the foundation of all meaningful relationships, whether personal or professional. High-caliber individuals know that by adhering to their code of honor, they set themselves apart from those who operate without such standards. Equally important is the value of discipline. Living by a code requires the ability to consistently apply effort toward your goals even when motivation fades. High-caliber individuals understand that discipline is what turns potential into results. They adhere to routines, uphold commitments, and push themselves even when the path gets difficult. Discipline in their code is not about rigidity or perfection. It is about showing up every day, regardless of the circumstances, and putting in the work necessary to achieve excellence. This level of self-control and perseverance is what enables them to sustain their success and maintain the highest standards of performance. Another key aspect of living by a code is the pursuit of excellence in everything they do. High-caliber individuals refuse to settle for mediocrity. In their eyes, good enough is never enough. They strive for mastery in their chosen fields, constantly refining their skills and expanding their knowledge. To them, success is not defined by how much they achieve, but by how well they achieve it. Excellence is not just a result. It is a mindset that influences every decision, action, and interaction. Whether it's their work, their relationships, or their personal development, they approach every aspect of life with a commitment to the highest level of quality. Living by a code also means taking responsibility for one's actions, decisions, and outcomes. High-caliber individuals do not make excuses or blame external circumstances for their failures. They hold themselves accountable for their successes and their mistakes alike. When something goes wrong, they take ownership and use the experience as an opportunity to learn and grow. They do not shy away from difficult conversations or uncomfortable truths because they understand that accountability is the key to growth. When you live by a code, you acknowledge that your actions have consequences and you are prepared to face them head-on without deflection. Additionally, a critical element of living by a code is the ability to show respect to others. High-caliber individuals recognize that respect is a two-way street. They treat others with dignity, valuing their time, energy, and contributions. This respect is not given based on status or position, but is extended to everyone, regardless of their circumstances. By living with respect for others, they foster strong relationships, build trust, and create a network of support that enhances their own success. In the elite world, it's not just about being the best yourself, it's about helping others to rise, too. Respect is a cornerstone of any meaningful interaction, and it is a crucial aspect of the code they live by. Finally, living by a code requires a deep sense of purpose. High-caliber individuals are driven by a vision much larger than themselves. They know that their lives are not just about personal success, but about contributing to something greater, whether that be a legacy, a movement, or a community. This sense of purpose fuels their perseverance and guides their decision-making. They are motivated by the impact they can have, and their code ensures that every action they take aligns with that higher purpose. Without purpose, success becomes hollow. The code gives their life direction and meaning, ensuring that their efforts are always in service of something greater than themselves. In a world that often celebrates instant gratification, living by a code requires patience and foresight. The highest achievers understand that true greatness is built over time, with consistent effort, disciplined habits, and a steadfast commitment to their values. The code they live by serves as their compass, guiding them through challenges, successes, and setbacks with unwavering consistency. When you live by a code, you don't just chase after fleeting victories. You build a legacy that stands the test of time. In the world of high-caliber individuals, competition is not something that's defined by the actions or achievements of others. Rather, the true measure of success is internal. It's a competition against your former self, a challenge to be better than who you were yesterday. This mindset transforms the concept of competition from a race against others into a pursuit of personal excellence. The most successful individuals understand that external competition, while present, is ultimately insignificant if they're not growing and improving within. True greatness comes from the continuous evolution of one's own abilities, mindset, and limits. At its core, this philosophy encourages individuals to focus on self-mastery. When you shift your attention away from comparing yourself to others and start measuring your progress against your own standards, it becomes easier to stay motivated and driven. High-caliber individuals recognize that they have control over their own growth, while external factors such as other people's success or failure are outside their realm of influence. Instead of trying to outperform others, they focus on improving the aspects of their life that matter most to them, whether that's mastering a skill, building physical strength, or refining their mindset. The only true competitor is the person they were yesterday. This internal competition encourages an individual to constantly raise their standards. In a world where it's easy to become complacent, those who understand that the competition is internal are never satisfied with mediocrity. They set higher benchmarks for themselves every single day, always striving to surpass their previous achievements. This relentless pursuit of personal excellence fuels a mindset where settling for good enough is never an option. The elite individuals who live by this philosophy aren't concerned with where others stand. They are focused on where they are going and how far they can push their own boundaries. Growth is measured by surpassing your own limits, not by defeating someone else. By focusing on internal competition, individuals become less vulnerable to feelings of jealousy, resentment, or insecurity when others succeed. In a world where comparing yourself to others is commonplace, it's easy to feel inadequate when someone else achieves more, makes more money, or gains more recognition. However, when competition is seen as internal, the natural tendency to compare becomes irrelevant. Success becomes a personal journey, not a race against those around you. High-caliber individuals understand that everyone is on their own path, with their own unique challenges and opportunities. They don't let someone else's success detract from their own sense of fulfillment and achievement. Furthermore, this internal competition fosters resilience in the face of adversity. When external competition is your driving force, the inevitable challenges, setbacks, and failures can feel like personal defeats. But when you focus on competing against your own growth, every setback is viewed as a lesson rather than a failure. High-caliber individuals understand that setbacks are simply part of the process. They know that growth isn't linear and that each obstacle presents an opportunity to refine their strategy, improve their approach, and ultimately come out stronger. They understand that their worth is not defined by temporary losses or external comparisons, but by their commitment to continue evolving. In the realm of business and achievement, this internal competition leads to more sustainable success. When the focus is solely on external competition, it often leads to burnout, anxiety, and an unsustainable pace. The pressure to outdo others can cause individuals to make reckless decisions or adopt shortcuts that ultimately harm their long-term growth. However, when individuals compete with themselves, they set realistic goals, measure their progress steadily, and embrace the long-term nature of true achievement. There is no rush when the only competition is with your former self. Success becomes a matter of steady, consistent improvement over time, leading to deeper and more lasting accomplishments. This internal competition also fosters a sense of authenticity and fulfillment. When individuals focus on personal growth, they aren't trying to mimic someone else's path or achievements. They carve out their own unique journey, which is intrinsically more satisfying. By constantly measuring progress against one's own standards, individuals create a sense of fulfillment that is independent of external validation. There's no need to rely on accolades or recognition to feel successful because they've already defined what success looks like for themselves. Their sense of accomplishment comes from knowing that they are constantly moving forward and evolving in ways that align with their values and goals. One of the greatest advantages of internal competition is the emphasis on self-improvement over external validation. High-caliber individuals do not chase praise, status, or accolades for their achievements. Instead, they chase mastery, growth, and progress. This creates a deep sense of inner confidence as their self. Worth is not tied to external circumstances or opinions. They don't need to compare themselves to others because they already know where they stand in relation to their own potential. Self-mastery becomes their ultimate goal, and the validation they seek is the knowledge that they are constantly evolving into the best version of themselves. By internalizing competition, the focus is shifted away from the outside world and directed toward personal responsibility. No longer do you look to external circumstances or other people's actions to dictate your success or failure. Instead, you take full ownership of your journey and understand that the only true measure of your progress is how much you've grown, how much you've learned, and how much you've improved. The power to succeed is no longer in the hands of others. It is within you. In the world of high achievers and elite individuals, responsibility is not seen as a burden, but as an opportunity. A gateway to true power and influence. Embracing responsibility is one of the key factors that separates those who merely dream from those who make those dreams a reality. While many people shy away from responsibility, preferring to pass it off to others or avoid it altogether, the elite understand that it is through embracing responsibility that they gain control over their lives, their actions, and ultimately, their success. Responsibility is the foundation of personal empowerment. It is a principle that enables individuals to rise above mediocrity and reach the highest echelons of success. When you embrace responsibility, you take ownership of your life and the choices you make. You stop blaming external factors or circumstances for your failures, and instead recognize that your decisions, actions, and mindset are the key drivers of your outcomes. High-caliber individuals understand that they have the power to shape their own destiny, and that means accepting full responsibility for their successes and failures alike. It's easy to look outside oneself for reasons why things don't go according to plan, whether it's blaming others, circumstances, or even bad luck. But when you embrace responsibility, you shift your focus inward and recognize that you are the architect of your own life. The moment you stop looking for excuses is the moment you start taking control. One of the most powerful aspects of embracing responsibility is that it instills a sense of accountability. Individuals who take responsibility for their actions hold themselves accountable for both their progress and their setbacks. This is not just about owning your triumphs, but also acknowledging when things go wrong. In high-caliber circles, there is no room for playing the victim or pointing fingers. Every decision is yours, and the results, good or bad, are direct consequences of those decisions. When things don't go as planned, instead of deflecting blame, high achievers ask themselves critical questions. What could I have done differently? Where did I fall short? How can I improve next time? This level of personal accountability leads to growth and mastery, as each failure becomes a stepping stone to improvement. Furthermore, embracing responsibility means taking on the weight of your commitments. In high-performing circles, commitment is sacred. When you commit to a task, a project, or a relationship, you honor that commitment with everything you have. Elite individuals know that responsibility doesn't just mean getting the job done. It means giving your best effort, following through, and maintaining integrity throughout the process. Whether it's a professional project, a personal goal, or a relationship, they understand that the quality of their actions directly impacts the outcomes. To take responsibility is to give everything you've got, no matter the challenge. Another crucial aspect of embracing responsibility is the realization that leadership is a key element of success. True leaders take on not only their own responsibilities, but also the responsibility of those who look up to them or depend on them. In a high-caliber environment, leaders are not simply individuals who delegate tasks and make decisions. They are individuals who carry the responsibility of guiding others toward success. Whether it's a business, a team, or even a family, effective leaders take responsibility for the success of the people around them. This means providing guidance, setting the standard, and creating an environment where others can thrive. The burden of leadership is heavy, but for those who understand the power of responsibility, it becomes a source of immense strength and influence. Embracing responsibility also involves creating accountability structures in your life. High-caliber individuals understand that they cannot do everything alone. Responsibility is not about carrying every load by yourself. It's about ensuring that the right systems, people, and processes are in place to support your journey. This includes surrounding yourself with people who will hold you accountable and challenge you to rise to your highest potential. Whether it's mentors, coaches, or close-knit peer groups, those who understand the value of responsibility actively seek out the right support systems to ensure that they stay on track and continue to progress toward their goals. Moreover, embracing responsibility means being proactive in your approach to life. High achievers don't wait for things to happen to them. They make things happen. They are forward, thinking, always anticipating the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. They understand that taking responsibility for their future requires preparation and action today. By being proactive, they position themselves to handle obstacles before they arise and seize opportunities as soon as they appear. The elite do not sit idly by and hope for success. They actively pursue it with intention, strategy, and relentless drive. Another profound aspect of responsibility is the commitment to self-discipline. Responsibility is deeply intertwined with discipline because taking responsibility for your life means adhering to a code of conduct and sticking to a plan of action, even when it's difficult. The ability to maintain focus, to stay committed to your goals, and to do the necessary work day in and day out is what separates the elite from those who merely dream of success. Self-discipline in the face of challenges is the true measure of someone who has embraced responsibility and understands the weight that comes with it. Finally, embracing responsibility requires a strong sense of purpose. Individuals who take responsibility for their lives are driven by a deep intrinsic motivation to achieve something meaningful. They don't act out of obligation or duty. They act because they are committed to a vision or mission that is greater than themselves. This sense of purpose makes responsibility not just a task to be completed, but a journey to be embraced. The responsibility to pursue their goals becomes a source of fulfillment, not an obligation. They know that in fully embracing their responsibilities, they are building a legacy that will leave a lasting impact on the world. As we wrap up, remember this: the path to success is paved with responsibility. When you embrace it, you take control not just of your actions, but of your future. Every decision, every setback, and every triumph is a direct result of the responsibility you choose to take on. The most successful individuals don't shy away from it. They rise to the challenge and build their lives with purpose and intention. So take a moment to reflect on where you can embrace more responsibility in your life. The power to create your future is in your hands. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep striving for greatness.